Hey everyone, Tony Walsh here. Welcome back to the channel and another edition of What's Happening on the Farmstead. Well, I'm starting this video on Friday evening, oh gosh, a little after 6 p.m. So we're lighting up the burn pile at the end of the garden. So I'm not going to show you the fire because you've seen plenty of it. This is just what's our task on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'll bring you back. Here we are Saturday morning. It's I think it's about 8:30. See, most of it burnt. So still got the big stuff, you know, which we expected wouldn't burn the first time around. So I got an errand to run. Take me about an hour and a half, and then we'll get the tractor and push this up and see if we can get the rest of it to burn. Well, I told you I had to run an errand, and this is what I went to get. Y'all know we've been scavenging these things from anywhere we could for free, but I ended up paying for these. But I just couldn't pass up getting my hands on 23 more tubs. See, we've got blue and black and all different sizes. We're just adding to our arsenal of tubs. And just so you don't think that we're showing you the same tubs over and over, the ones from the last video are still stacked up right there. So haven't put any of them for the last 2 weeks to use yet, and that was going to be our plans today, but all the ladies decided they needed to go out of town on a ladies trip. So can't get any work out of them. So what am I going to do next? Okay, I don't know if you can hear me over the tractor, but got everything pushed up using my International 504 utility diesel and my 7-foot Royal King straight blade. Got everything pushed up and it started back on fire all by itself because the coals were still hot. Of course, and that wood is dry, so on to the next task. Okay, you can see we're back here behind the house. You can see the barn up there, and this right here is where one of the plots where we feed the deer behind the house, as you see on my Trail Cam Tuesday videos. But anyways, our next task is we are burning off these woods next to the pond right here. This is we probably own from the edge of the grass there back to, we might, the part there where usually water is, but it's dry, that's our part, and the part where there's water is Aunt Nell's. But John's in there with the propane torch getting all this lit up. Hopefully he doesn't trap himself in there. And that's what the fire looks like right now. And John and his truck right there. So come to the house to get a couple of rakes just where we can control the outer edge. So you saw in the previous clip where John started the fire, and we didn't plan on it going this far, but it really didn't hurt anything except it smoked up the neighbors' houses, because this here had already just been clear cut due to the hurricane. So, and I'll try to insert a Google Earth map of how big this area is. Here we're behind Kelsey and Joey's house, which is our niece and nephew-in-law. I'm starting to say niece-in-law, but Joey might not like to call niece-in-law. So got all this underbrush out. That'd be nice if I could find a rotary mower to keep this mowed with. Now I'm trying to find the survey marker right here. Don't know if you can see, let me find it in the picture. Right here is a T-post with some flagging on it. That is where Cousin Dane's land meets Aunt Nell's land, that meets our land, all right there. So we actually own a little bit more of this pond than what I thought we did. It's really not a pond, it's just a natural branch line that was dug out years and years ago to irrigate this big field right here. Back when they used hard pipe and then went to real guns. So it dries out in the summertime. Actually, it's dried out in the wintertime, so this thing may get slap dry come this summer. It really needs to be dug out. See where all this burned here. Now, we did want this to burn. As a matter of fact, Joey burnt this side probably a couple of weeks ago. But you can see that bank line all across there. I know my finger fuzzed it up. You couldn't even walk down to the pond because it was so overgrown. So we just got to figure out how we're going to keep it clean. So you can see the overflow pipe. Let me see if I can zoom in right here. The overflow pipe, that white pipe right there. So it's actually too low. We need to raise it up to where to keep more water in here. But now this part here is dug out deep. That's why you don't see any stumps in it. Zoom it back out. Because this is where they just hooked the irrigation pump. Got a deep ditch right here I'm gonna try to cross. For all you Ford haters, went through that thing, didn't even spin a wheel. Was a hole there though. See, this thing's got plenty of stumps, really needs to be clean. Now, the underbrush is gone. But you can see we still got bushes that need to go there, so I imagine we're gonna come down here with a pole saw. Try to cut some of this stuff away. But no fishermen come back here and fish this, and there are fish in it because Joey caught some last year, so I may do a fishing video because this doesn't get fished. It has a lot of turtles though. And I started to do a live stream yesterday because somewhere's about right here, and I was sitting here watching this bank burn, and a moccasin started swimming towards me. Not towards me personally to attack me. He was it was smoky on the back end, so I guess it was just trying to get out of Dodge. But it saw me and went another direction, so I let it go. There's usually a bunch of turtles back here, but I didn't see near one yesterday. Got a couple of trees. One tree already fell yesterday, but we got another one that's fixing to fall, so we got to come cut it down. You can see here where I'm assuming Uncle Wendell had this little pit dug. So at one point in time, he must have had hard irrigation pipe down in that hole trying to draw some water. We do have a ditch here I'm going to cross. And this is where we started yesterday. All right, so let's see. Well, this is the corner we started, but then it burnt all the way down here and then all the way back up around there to, that's where the garden sits. So that's what we burnt yesterday. If you're still here, thank you. So I'm getting ready to wrap this up, so just a couple of more minutes. So in the continuing saga of the pipes, the plumbers were here Friday and they took out the 4-inch union because it just still hadn't come in. So they rigged this up, but in doing that, they hit the underground internet wire, and this wire was put in before Jackie and I moved here, so we just really didn't think about it. So it's not the plumber's fault. But one thing to note here is, if you remember, there was a 2-inch pipe right there where that hole is, and it did not have a cap on this end. But it ends up it was just a spare piece of pipe just threw in the hole, so it was nothing. So at least that's one piece of the puzzle that is solved. And you can see the 3/4 inch pipe there that feeds the house from the shallow well. It's right there. Excuse me, but walking over here, we do have a new piece of pipe that is making us scratch our heads. So we solve a piece and gain a piece. It's just like we can't win for losing. So I found an old Harrow disc that we'll cover that cap with, just as we drive over it with the trucks and everything else. It'll help distribute the weight. So all that there is fixed for now. But what you see here, they put in all these new pipes and valves a couple weeks ago and went to this galvanized pipe, and it started leaking last week. So they were going to dig down and repair it, and come to find out it's only that short piece of galvanized. Well, it went from the elbow there all the way back to that T right there. But when they fix these valves, they put PVC. So now they're going to come back to fix that leak. They're just going to take all the galvanized out. But what's new is this piece right here. So have no clue where it runs. Now, there is electrical right there on that pole, but see, it's gray pipe. This here is definitely PVC pipe. So this pipe here just runs around the corner over there, so it doesn't even come this way. So now we have to figure out what this pipe here is for. It's a never-ending saga to this water pipe. So what else do I want to continue with here? I guess that's it. So we're gonna call, today is Sunday when I'm filming this, and it has been raining all day, so not gonna be able to get much done in the garden. So we're just gonna sit inside and have a relaxing day. So it's just barely sprinkling now, but it'll rain again in just a few moments. So we're gonna call this video an end. Appreciate y'all for hanging around, and I hope y'all have a blessed day and a blessed week ahead. Y'all take care.